I'm Stuart Eglin, and I'm just going to talk you through a really useful way to use the Bridges to the New Reflection Cards app. What I want to take you through today is how to use this process in a way that draws a card. You can journal on it, but I think as a provocation to get you started with the journaling, it's really interesting to explore this with AI as well. So let's go through it now as a process. Let's start by drawing a card. So there we go. That's a beautiful image of a bridge over the River Dee in Llangollen. And the question is, what are you suspending or hanging your options on, and will it hold? Okay. And then there are some additional prompts. Examine your dependencies and support systems. Are your foundations strong enough to bear the weight of your choices and aspirations? Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy that there, and I'm going to go over to ChatGPT. This is one of the many AI tools which I think is quite commonly used. There's the question I've got. Now I'm going to contextualize that. So I'm going to say, hi, I am working on a project at the moment, writing a book about using inner and outer spaces to facilitate deep exploration. I'm actually doing this at the moment. Can you give me some additional ideas based on this prompt from a coaching card? I would like ideas that evoke are standard, offbeat, and also avant-garde. So I get a really wide spread of ideas. Okay, so let's see what it comes up with. So that's a rich prompt, naturally suggests questions of trust, scaffolding, structure, fragility and improvisation. Here are some ways you might riff off it for your book about inner and outer spaces. So standard things like looking at support structures around the whole concept of inner and outer space. What beliefs, routines or external systems are you relying on? Decision frameworks. Are you basing choices on evidence, values, intuition or peer pressure? Which of these hooks is most reliable? Safety nets, timeliness. And then we get some more interesting things if we kind of provoke different ways of thinking. So offbeat or playful takes. We've got a clothesline of possibilities. Imagine your options as garments pegged to a washing line, which will dry in the wind of time, which might blow away and which shrink in the rain. I love the images in there. That's wonderful. Mobile structure. Like a colder mobile, your options hang in balance, shifting with subtle movements of air. What happens when you add a new piece or remove one? You think about mobiles and how they wobble. Or a spider's web, or Velcro walls, or outer space tethers. So astronauts rely on tethers when outside a spacecraft. So there's some kind of offbeat examples. And then for avant-garde or experimental ones, hanging in the void, options as a fragile chandelier suspended in darkness. Suspension as a pause. What if suspending options means deliberately holding them mid-air, refusing to resolve them, so that possibility itself becomes a space to inhabit? And I won't go through all of these examples, but you can see that there's things around architecture as a metaphor, suspension as ritual. This just massively expands the thinking around a project that we're working on. The trick is in the cards question, and then pushing ChatGPT or Claude Sonnet or whatever AI you use to push to walk and think the thing through differently with the prompt. Try it. Yeah, hopefully you'll enjoy it. And give me feedback. Always interested in how these cards are being used.